Hi there, welcome to kneppyinvests. The main reason I started this video channel is to share ideas with you. I believe sharing ideas is one of the most powerful things we can do as human beings. So the idea is to share ideas of companies, particularly on the ASX, that you might want to invest in the future. So I share these ideas with you. You follow up these ideas and do your own research. And in the end, you come to your own decision whether these companies fit into your own portfolio. Sometimes I can be a little bit biased about what companies I feature in these videos because I do own quite a few companies and I will look at these companies a little bit closely or more closely than other companies on the ASX. For instance, I do quite a few videos on A2 milk because I've been holding A2 milk for about 5 years or even longer. Today's video, I will be featuring a company I do think quite highly of, and that company is AVA Group. Not only do I think very highly of this company, I do think at this point in time, the market is completely mispricing the story around this company. AVA Group is a profitable company. Not only is it profitable by a fair bit, it is growing its profits, operational cash flow positive. It does issue dividends, and yet the market cap of the company is around 115 million, enterprise value around 100 million, and the PE ratio is something absurd, something like 6 or 8. And when you get a growing company with a PE ratio at such low values, that tells you there could be some value here. And that's the main reason I do think the market is completely missing the story around this company. And I think one of the reasons why it is mispricing is because it's not sexy or in a sexy industry, even though what this company does is all around security. But it's not cybersecurity. So if AVA Group was into cybersecurity, the valuation of this company more than likely would be quadruple what it is. On July 5th, AVA Group released a trading update and an outlook to the market. I've been thinking over the past 3 or 4 months, the market has been thinking AVA Group would issue a profit downgrade eventually. The share price has been under pressure, has been falling during that time period. And when they released this update on the July the 5th, the share price bounced quite a bit because this was a profit upgrade, not the downgrade the market was expecting. And this could be the potential shift in sentiment around the company. And we'll have a look at the chart to see how the sentiment has completely shifted in the last few days. Before we talk about the trading update and the outlook, just a few facts about this company, in particular focusing on what they do first. I've already mentioned AVA Group is into security. They have 3 companies and 2 divisions. Future Fiber Technologies and BQT Solutions falls into their technology division. And the reason I'm talking about these 2 divisions is they do separate the performance of the company in those 2 divisions. And AVA Global Logistics is their services division. Future Fiber Technologies is a perimeter, pipeline and network security solutions company. They develop fiber optic intrusion and location products. They call themselves the world's most effective answer to securing high value assets and critical infrastructure. One of the things I really like about Future Fiber Technologies is also some of the research and development they've been doing around their Aura IQ, which is a conveyor belt health monitoring system. And I think that has potential for significant growth in the future as well. BQT Solutions develop, manufacture and supply security card and biometric readers, electromechanical locks and other electronic security products. And AVA Global Logistics secure international logistics for high-risk valuables like banknotes or metals, that sort of thing. Now we've talked about the companies and their divisions. Now let's look at some of the financial facts of AVA Group. AVA Group's ticker code is naturally enough AVA. The market cap of AVA is 114 million, share price of 47 cents. And when you compare that valuation to the revenue, which is 60.8 million, and that revenue has been growing quite considerably over the last few years, and they are operational cash flow positive by $13.4 million. So you might be able to just see through those two numbers, comparing those two to the market, why I'm excited about this company and why I think the market is completely mispricing AVA Group right now. If you calculate the EV to operational cash flow, which is one of my favorite things to calculate, you get 7.5. Anything less than 10, there is good value in those companies, even if they're not growing all that much. And when you get an EV to operational cash flow of 6, that company shall not be growing at all, and even then there could be some good value there. And the PE ratio of AVA Group is only 6.5, suggesting market thinks this company will not grow at all over the next 5 to 10 years, which is absolutely ridiculous because they have been expanding quite rapidly over the last 2 or 3 years, and there is potential they'll grow quite strongly over the next 5 years as well. Now let's look at the trading update AVA Group released on July the 5th. They released expected revenue, expected EBITDA, and mentioned the net cash they have on hand as well. Revenue is expected to be around $64.8 million. And we compare that to financial year 20, you can see a considerable lift there. That's an $18 million rise in revenue. Expected EBITDA is going to be between $15 million and $16 million, more than double they received in financial year 20. And the cash on hand has increased from $11.7 million on the 12th of May, which was the date they released the last trading update. And it's risen over $5 million in about 2 months. So we are seeing some good growth in the company in the past year, and even in the past 2 months, they have seen their cash on hand grow quite well. So again, you can see why I think the market is completely mispricing this company when it comes to the valuation. The share price should be considerably more than it is now, and that's why I'm excited about the future share price growth in the company. Now let's talk about the performance of the two divisions. The technology division, which features Future Fibre and BQT, has been underperforming or has been affected by COVID-19, and we might see considerable growth in this division over the next year as the world comes out of the pandemic. They did report the strong Q4 performance from the technology division was due to pick up in sales and orders from delayed COVID-19 deals, providing a solid foundation for financial year 2020. They didn't really give us the revenue and EBITDA for the fourth quarter, but you can figure that out by the numbers they gave us in this trading update and the numbers they gave us in the May 12 trading update as well. Revenue for this financial year is expected to be about $24.7 million, which is up from $21 million in financial year 2020. EBITDA has grown from $5 million to $7.3 to $8 million, and margins has also grown from 24% to 32%. Revenue for fourth quarter has grown or almost doubled from the third quarter, and EBITDA has gone from negative 0.8 to possibly almost break even or even positive for the quarter. Now let's look at the services division, which has been the strongest division during this COVID-19 affected period. There's been rumours, I'm not sure if this is coming from the company itself, that they have been looking to sell the services division. And maybe that's not a good thing, because even though they do have lower margins in the services division, this company has grown quite well over the past year. You can see sales revenue has grown from 25 million to 40 million. EBITDA has tripled in the past year, and even the margins have increased from 9.6% to around 19%. And they're still seeing that growth when you compare the Q3 numbers to the Q4. Q3 has grown from 10.1 million to 11.4 million, and EBITDA has grown slightly from 1.8 to between 1.9 and 2.2 million. So even though this division has lower margins, we have seen some very good growth in this division over the past year and even over the past quarter, and they expected that this revenue growth will continue into financial year 2022. In this trading update and outlook, AVA Group also mentioned a fairly sad thing here is they don't have to issue or submit a quarterly activity report and Appendix 4C to the market anymore. They have made it to the big time. The big boys only have to release semi-annual reports. The smaller companies, particularly the non-profitable companies, the operational cash flow negative companies, Most of them have to release a quarterly report. AVA Group don't have to do that anymore. This company is profitable, operational cash flow positive. They don't have to tell us how they're performing on a quarter-to-quarter basis, and that's actually a good thing in my eyes. When we look at the daily chart for one-year daily chart for AVA Group, all shareholders who had bought into this company this time last year, around 15 cents or even lower in some cases, would have been very happy with the share price performance of this company over the following 6 months or so. The share price rose from that 15 cents to a high of 77 cents towards the end of the calendar year in December of last year. Ever since that high of 77 cents, the share price has been under pressure and has been dropping. A nice little downtrend has formed. And I do think the market was expecting the technology division of AVA Group to be a little bit more affected by the COVID-19 lockdowns and pandemic than it actually was in the end. On the 12th of May, when AVA Group did release a trading update, the market wasn't excited about that. Share price remained flat. In fact, the share price kept on falling over the next 2 weeks to its low of 35 cents, which was reached towards the end of May. A little bit of excitement came into the market towards the end of May, start of June. Share price rose from about 35 cents to 43 cents or so. Hit that downtrend and then started falling again. A few days before the company released their trading update on the 5th of July, there was a bit of excitement in the market. We did see the share price rise quite quickly in a few trading days. And then on the 5th of July, with the trading update, the share price rose 13%. And then on the 6th of July, we're just seeing a bit of neutrality with the share price moving sideways. That's really what you want to see in the next few trading days, the share price to move sideways. All the selling that is actually coming into the market has been met by the buyers. And I just looked at the depth of trading on the morning of the 7th, and a lot of sellers have come into the market. I'm not sure why. This was a positive trading update. The valuation of this company is really low for where they're heading, their growth trajectory as well. So I think some of these people who are selling out bought in over the past 4 or 5 months at higher prices. Consider this company as dog stock now, because all investors, I shouldn't say all, most investors who buy into a company see the share price fall after they buy in, think the company all of a sudden becomes a dog stock. And that's just the psychology of the normal investor. They've seen the opportunity to sell out when the share price has kicked up. But fortunately, at this point in time, may not happen over the next few days, but at this point in time, all those sellers have been met by buyers, and that's very healthy. So if we see the share price remains or going sideways over the next few trading days, that could be a good time to buy in, because we might see the share price take off. We've seen the exact same thing happen with Atomos, AMS. They released a positive update to the market. Share price went sideways, actually came back a little bit, but we've seen the share price explode from about $1 to $1.20 in a few trading days. That could happen with this company as well. I'm not saying it will, just it could. That is all I have for this trading update and outlook video for AVA Group. If you have any questions about this company or any other company on the ASX, I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'll answer anything you have to say as soon as possible. Give me a little bit of time sometimes, because I do have a life outside of YouTube videos. The last thing I should say is I'm not a financial advisor, so if you do need financial advice, make sure you seek out someone who is qualified and can speak to your own financial needs. That's it for this video. Have a good day. Talk to you later. Bye.